Hey, it's Doogie, Team Robot Overlord here. Got my updated anti-meta deck. It does really, really well. I go take this to locals almost every week, and I consistently top 4. I love this deck right now. Alright, this is probably what I'm going to be taking. We end up going to YCS Indianapolis.
Make another video about that.
Yeah, we'll make a video about that. But, let's get a deck profile first. Alright. 3 Thunder King Ryo. Staple. How do you not love this card? 2 Doom Cow. Also pretty staple in this deck, which running 2 Doom Cow is cool because then you can only run 2 Valor instead of a standard 3, which is nice. 2 Dyna. Side in the 3rd. Because depending on the deck, you can dead draw Dynas. Yeah. 2 Spirit Reaper. Spirit Reaper is good first game a lot of the time.
Wait, aren't you looking for another gold one?
Yeah, I'm looking for another gold Reaper, if you guys, because, you know, I think the gold Reaper is pretty. But yeah, love Spirit Reaper. 2 Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. Because this guy puts in work against Chaos Dragons, and Dark Worlds, and Wind-Ups, and all that nonsense. Double Breaker. 2 break things. 1 Cyber Dragon. 2 bait out Bottomlesses and Torrentials, and no, if not, you have a 2100 beat stick, which is nice. Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind. Just a really good tuner that can half your opponent's shit for no reason. 1 Neospatian Grand Mole because it's amazing. I love that little guy. 1 Banisher the Radiance, who ends up getting sided out like almost every game. But, you know, depending on the matchup, that thing's just too good depending on the matchup you're playing, so you need to main deck it. And then, 1 Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the beginning. This deck, the way it's built, is based solely around tournament play. Like, if you look at the way the main deck's built and the way the extra decks, the side deck's built, it's just all based around tournament play. So, that's all the monsters. I think it's like 19, 20 in that area. Monster Reborn, all these bad cards. Bad card, worst card, amazing cards. Duality is what makes this deck work. You just can be so consistent with it. Depending on the matchup, you know, Duality is like never dead. I don't think I've ever sided out Dualities.
I usually get side out 1 just to make room.
2 MST. I know a lot of anti-meta builds nowadays aren't running MSTs at all, but they're okay. I just like to make sure like I can get in there for my 1900 direct when I can. And it also baits out other MSTs. MST my MST. I don't give a shit. 2 Lance, because they're amazing. I think Lance right now is one of the best cards in the format. So if you're not running Lance, you have a problem.
They're easy to get hold of.
1 Shrink, because Shrink puts in work against 6 Sams and Dino Rabbits and all that other stuff, because it activates during the damage step and they can't respond. Waste your Solemn Judgment on a Shrink, see if I care. And then 1 Soul Taker, because it's really good against a lot of stuff. I side in an extra copy of both of these. Yeah, that's all the spells. A lot of the stuff in the main deck I end up just siding in another one depending on the matchup that I need. But we'll talk about that later. Alright, traps. Solemn Brigade, bad cards. Double Torrential, good cards. You're going to be forcing 1-for-1s, like you're just going to... Optimal, you will have 1 monster on the field, and maybe 2, and you can just use your back row and like your monsters like being big as hell in order to keep your opponent at bay, and they'll overextend themselves, they'll get torrentialed, and then they will watch, and then you can watch themselves cry. 1 Bottomless. For odd reasons, it's not very good against like Insectors or anything like that. But yeah, that's why I'm only playing the 1. Depending on the matchup, I side in another one of those too. Fiendish Chain, I side in another one of those. D-Prison, side another one of those. This is really good against, like, dragons and dark worlds and heroes with the shinings, but it's not. This and this are the two that get like, you know, taken apart, because this can get stopped by Shien and like Lagia. This can't. Like, this can get under those two cards. So depending on the matchup, like Shrink and Deep Prison are like two, like the attack negation cards or the attack protection cards that you use. Mirror Force, because it's really good still. I love Mirror Force. Vanny's Emptiness, because it's amazing. If you see my card rant on this, I can, you know how much I love this card. And then Starlight Road. Thinking about running either Starlight Road or Huge Revolution is over. I keep flip-flopping, but, you know, Starlight Road, get you a free Stardust, why not? Sure, it can get negated by Warning, but oh wellsies. That's all the main deck stuff. I think it's like 42, maybe 43. I'm still trying to pare it down a little bit, but oh well. Then we're going to go into extra deck. Pearl, meh, meh, meh. Great card, decent card, decent card. Those are really the only things I use in this extra deck. I hardly ever go to the extra deck. If you're in a game where you're relying on an extra deck play in order to pull you out, you're not either not playing this deck right, or you're gonna lose either way. Missouri-them. Because I don't have a Zen mains yet. Yeah, it's gonna be Zen mains when I get it, but this guy becomes 3,000 when it attacks by detaching, so that's not bad. And then Leviathan Dragon, because it's Leviathan Dragon. One Magical Android, because it's good. This is all Synchros. Another card I barely use. Another card I barely use. Card I use sometimes because it's a big guy and he can get under like skill drain and all that bullshit. Black Rose. I actually used this today. I was really happy. Scrap Archfiend. Stardust Dragon. Thought Ruler Archfiend, never used that. And CFD. It's there in case I need it. Alright. I'm main decking Cyber Dragon, so why not? It's not like I need to find space. Side deck. King Tiger Wanghu, because it rapes wind-ups. Lava Golem, because, I don't know. I sided in against like everything. I've only gotten off maybe like once. I don't know. I don't know why it's in there. I feel safe with it. I don't know. It's weird. Third Dyna for, you know, the Samurai or the Heretic OTK. Electric Virus for dragons. For dwagons. And Dino Rabbit and wind-ups and such. And 2 DD Crow. Kazi's DD Crow. You get sided in a lot. It's all the monsters. I'm only playing 3 spells. An extra copy of Shrink, Soul Taker, and MST. Because depending on the matchup, you need to like shift things in and out. When you're playing an anti-meta deck, you're essentially playing with the giant side deck anyways. So you need the card in order to, like... This is all just cards I would like to main deck, but just really can't. Then for the traps, second Deep Prison, second Fiendish Chain. That gets sided in if I just need to side something out and just need to replace something easily. Second Bottomless, one Macrocosmos, one Compulsory Evacuation Device, one Mind Crush. Alright, that's it. You know, comment, like, subscribe even. And I do take constructive criticism, so if you have any thoughts on what I should be taking in or putting out, I have a lot of ideas I want to do with this deck, but I just can't find the space. But, Doogie Team Robo Overlord. I stutter. Goodbye.